Hey everyone, I'm Kane, and I saw a movie. Today I saw... Tarantula! At the minute I am in such a bloody big B-movie, monster movie kick, and I've been meaning to watch this film for a while. I remember when I first saw Lilo and Stitch when I was about 6 or 7 or however old I was, and there's a scene in the film where Stitch is watching this spider movie, this old black and white spider movie on TV, and I remember seeing that as a kid and thinking, what is that? I really want to see that, that looks so cool! And, you know, I realise now, that wasn't Tarantula at all. That was a movie called Earth vs. the Spider, which is, you know, full on YouTube. You can get the whole movie on YouTube. I didn't realise that I wasn't buying the right film. You know, rookie error, how embarrassing. But either way, a film about a giant spider attacking the town from 1955, I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, you can very easily go wrong, but I wanted to watch it anyway. But I think you can kind of get the gist of this movie, really. A giant tarantula is on the loose, attacking people, and just kind of walks around, really, just kind of aimlessly walks around in no particular direction, just really slowly just wanders the town, really. I've got to say though, in all honesty, the special effects aren't that bad. I mean, look at this, I buy this. I mean, it's not perfect, obviously, you can kind of tell that it's not real, but this isn't bad at all. I mean, you know, I've seen some old movies in the past that look absolutely god-awful. This doesn't look bad at all. I gotta be honest, the film actually did kind of creep me out at times. I mean, either way, it's a real spider. You're still looking at a giant spider, you know, so it's effective, I guess. It's not a terrible film, like, visually, really. I did not expect myself to say that, especially after looking at the box art with this stupid giant spider with stupid big eyes, but honestly, looks pretty good. I give it a thumbs up in that regard, surprisingly. I mean, just don't get too close to the spider, don't look at its face too close up, and you're good. Just don't do the close-ups, really. One thing about this film that I found really funny is that the main character is a doctor, and he even establishes in the film that he is a doctor and has patients.
Are you sure your patients can spare you?
I'm such a good doctor, they never get sick. Come on, let's go.
All right.
But he's never doing anything even remotely doctor-related. He's always hanging out at police stations, investigating crime scenes, even telling the police what to do at times. For some reason, this guy has more authority than anyone else in the world, and the entire planet seems to revolve around him. Everyone just does what this guy says. There's one part in the film where he's at this house in the middle of the desert. I mean, conveniently, just so happens to be in the easiest place to film something like a monster attack, for example, and no one knows he's there. He's in the middle of nowhere, 20 miles away from civilization, apparently, and the phone rings, and it's for him. How does anyone know he's there, but everyone's always trying to contact him? It's always about him, is what I'm trying to say, and I don't get why. He's not that interesting, really. He's just a doctor that is never at work. How has he not been fired yet? Maybe he's on vacation, maybe this is his week off, I don't bloody know. Other than that, there's a whole other angle in the film about this other doctor, the one who causes the whole tarantula thing in the first place, who's slowly mutating into this horrible, monstrous guy, I guess. Honestly, not that bad a mutation, like, not that bad, but still noticeably kind of ugly, I guess. And it also leads to absolutely nothing, and he just dies. There's no closure on that story, just kind of happens and he dies. And there's one part in the film where, like, it kind of makes him seem hostile, like he kind of, like, hints at him being an enemy because he's mutated.
Well, I did. I asked him to see a doctor, but he won't do anything.
But in the next scene, he's just talking, he's fine, he's still their friend, he's not an enemy. So I don't know what that violence was about. I don't know. Nothing about this film makes any sense. It's such a goofy, nonsensical story where none of the characters do anything rational. They just do things just for the sake of the story to happen. Like, there's one part in the film where they get out their car and just sit on a bunch of rocks. Why? No reason, just so the film can show an avalanche and then it can show the spider, and then for some reason the guy goes back later on to investigate the avalanche for no reason other than to just have the spider appear again. Makes no sense, but because movie, I guess. And out of nowhere it just ends, I mean, spoiler alert for Tarantula, I guess. Skip to this time if you really care. It ends with the spider walking towards the city, a bunch of aeroplanes are like, let's bomb him, they do it, he dies. The end, credits. It really does happen that quickly in the film, and it ends so abruptly that I couldn't help but laugh out loud. Like, we had no idea that we were anywhere near that close to the end. And that's such an old movie thing, you know? Like, it's dead, the end. What else do you need to see? The spider's dead, doesn't matter. Who cares about what the people are doing? It's dead, the end, doesn't matter. And it was so good. It was so fun. If that film was made today, there'd be 3 more scenes of everyone returning back to their lives, you know, with a new sense of satisfaction. I don't know, some movie ending. This film, no, it's dead. Bye, leave, get out. But it's fun, you know, it's a really fun film, and I did get into it a little bit more than I thought I would, to be honest. Really isn't that bad of a film, and I don't know, sometimes it's just nice to watch an old movie like this and react to it like the kids in Matinee, you know?
National magazines.
I see the spider and I'm like, it's a spider! It's just fun to scream, you know? Like a maniac. Overall, if you're having a sleepover and you want some old film to watch with friends, honestly, this isn't a bad choice. There's a lot to laugh at, there's a lot to enjoy, and that's the end. Bye. Hey everyone, thank you for watching my Kane saw a movie video on Tarantula, a film that I liked a little bit more than I thought I would, to be honest. If you want to see more of my videos, then you can click these things on screen. They might not be on screen yet, but they will be in a few seconds. If you like my stuff and you want to support me, then go to patreon.com/farfetched. For just $1, you can get all of these videos a few days early, plus a bunch of pre-production notes and stuff. A bunch of cool things, only for $1. You can't pass up that offer. I mean, come on, are you crazy? Other than that, I have a Facebook and a Twitter, you know, like everyone does nowadays. Who cares? It's the standard stuff, whatever. But yeah, other than that, that's about it. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, if I see a spider now, I swear to God, it's going to set my arachnophobia off like crazy after seeing that. So, yikes, fingers crossed. Yeah, bye, I guess.